My name is Nelson Puentes. I am the owner of Inverted Gear. I started Inverted Gear in 2012. At the time, I was a purple belt and I was teaching. We were an Alliance affiliate, and so we had like the nice eagle patch in our gis. And my students started asking for a patch that represented our team, like my students. They were still wearing their Alliance patches, wanted something else next to it. One of my students, his name is Steve Pachon. He's a good friend of mine, and he had like some design flair to him, and he took on the project of making me a logo. And after throwing around some ideas, we came across this picture of a panda upside down, and we're like, oh, look at that, it's like JiuJitsu panda, it looks so cool, blah blah blah. And my students had taught him this sweep when you wrap your legs and your arms around somebody's legs when they're standing, and then you knock them over, and then we call it Pentagon. And I remember like I was competing a lot at the time, and the position came up like I taught it that week, and then I competed that weekend at like a Grapples Quest or something, and I went for the position presented itself. I went for it, and like all my students like, oh my god, panda guard. So they wanted my friends like, we should do a logo with a panda. It's like everybody loves that picture. Everybody loves panda guard. We should do like a jiu-jitsu logo with a panda. I was like, sure. So a few weeks goes by. He has the logo. At the time, it was a circle. It was Inverted Gear. It wasn't even a thought yet. So we had the panda, and then we had a circle around it that said Nelson Puentes Jiu-Jitsu. And we made a few t-shirts, and then the t-shirts, like kind of like this, similar setup to this, with just the panda, a little bit smaller on the chest, and then the big logo on the back that said Nelson Puentes Jiu-Jitsu. Got it printed at a local shop. They were terrible. And we started wearing the shirts and the patches we made to local tournaments. And something weird started happening. Like people I never met before would come up to me and be like, hey, where you get that shirt? I was like, oh, we made it. And they're like, okay, cool, can I buy one? Like, what? So you want to buy the shirt? He's like, yeah, like I love that logo, like that's so cool. It's like so nice, it's different, blah blah blah. Like I could see it, I think about jiu-jitsu. I was like, wow, that's really cool. Sure, like we'll go to my car, like get a shirt, and then like I saw all the shirts. I was like, huh. And then at the time, I have been reading a lot of business books, and I've been thinking about starting a company. I always thought I was gonna open a jiu-jitsu school, and that was gonna be like my business. I always wanted to have a business of my own, but I didn't know what it was gonna be. I'm thinking about it, and then one of my students goes, hey, you should put the panda on a gi. We should get some gis made with the panda. I think they look really cool for the school. I was like, sure, I'll look into it. So found a few factories, started like emailing, asking to make gis, and then everybody that even bothered getting back to me, minimum order there was 100. That's something like 55 students, counting the kids. So I was like, there's no way I'm gonna sell 100 gis to these guys. Like I'm gonna have to buy like 2 each. Like there's no way. So I was like, maybe I'll just create a brand and use the logo for the brand, and then we can make the gis that way, because I can sell it to you guys and sell a few on the internet. Hopefully we can cover the cost to make the gis. So I have been going to university, and I took a year off to save money, to work and save money to go back and finish my degree. And all the money I had saved up for university, I put it into the company. I send a wire transfer to Pakistan, and just cross my fingers that gis will come in a few weeks. So we ordered some gis. We put a website up. We took a few pre-orders to help me cover the remaining costs. And a few weeks later, gis came. I had to figure out how to ship stuff. I remember we made a Facebook page, and my friends started sharing the Facebook page with a website to buy. It was awful website back then. It was like black. It was like no pictures. It was like all drawings, not even good drawings. And website's much better now, I promise. And first order came in, and it was from New Zealand. I was like, wow, this is insane. Like social media is crazy. So we got an order from New Zealand, and then second thought I had was like, that's really cool, but I have no idea how to ship something internationally. So I had to do some research right after that and like figure out how customs works. And yeah, that's how the gis started. And then we were 100, sold the first 100. We were 120, sold 120, or 150, sold 150. And and then like now, every time we order geese, it's like a 20-foot container. So it's grown quite a bit. It's been quite a ride. I've gotten to travel all over the world and see people wearing them, and social media all the time. Like if I look at tournaments or seminars or any like technique videos, like especially when they're in a class, if you look in the background, there's always a guy wearing a panda gi, and it's really cool. Behind embroidered gear. When I started the company, especially 2012, was kind of like the end of the affliction era. Like affliction and tap out were like really big, and like everybody like did MMA was wearing like these god awful shirts, and I'm so glad like that's mostly gone out, but like you still see them here and there, and it didn't make sense to me that a lot of the jiu-jitsu brands were starting to go the tough guy route when most or almost all the like really tough jiu-jitsu guys I knew looked like accountants. Like if you saw them in the street besides the cauliflower ear, you couldn't tell like this guy knew how to fight, you know? And so like it didn't make sense to me that everybody was like trying to make like this tough looking geese. So again, we went like complete opposite way and went like with like this panda, and you can act tough. You're wearing like this upside down panda on your shirt or your gi. And I remember like the first we used to like joke around like every affliction shirt you had like a skull or dragon wings or like something insane like that, or like big angel wings. So like the first T-shirt we designed, it was the panda, and it had like a bamboo patch in the back, like bamboo flowing in the back. And it was funny like wearing them. Like at first like people couldn't tell what it was, especially like with a bamboo patch behind it. They're like, what is that? It's like, oh, it's a panda upside down. Why is the panda upside down? It's like, oh, it's jiu-jitsu. Like, people are gotten a lot better at recognizing the panda. But yeah, our vision is just not like what friend of mine put it is like is a non-tough guy brand, and I kind of stand behind that. It's just not. We're pretty mellow. It's definitely geese for everybody. Guys or girls can wear them. And we do not do any limited releases. Everything we do is always available. Even if it's like a small project that might make like 100 or 200 geese. If those geese sell well and there's interest, we will always make more. Especially with like we make a few collaborations with other brands that have like similar core values to us, like Tap Cancer Out, the guys from Show Their Art. Anytime we make something, we're always open to like bring the project back if there's enough interest behind it. We try our best to keep our geese stock year round. We never do pre-orders. High quality gear. I think we keep our price pretty affordable. People are gonna enjoy wearing and get good use out of.